Okay, here we go. Hi, welcome. Um, in this way, I want to open up space to talk about this subject. That probably you probably have seen the title, and I feel like there's not enough support in the world to help people that have been through an abortion. I have, and I'm just realizing how much it impacted me, even years after. I knew beforehand that it was gonna do that, but like it was always gonna be something that I was gonna carry with me. I knew that, but I didn't know how dormant it was, if you know what I mean. So first things first, um, that was kind of an introduction of who I am, um, and also why this channel, because I feel like we need to create a space where women can come together to talk about this, because I feel like the world is pushing against it in a lot of ways, and that perpetuates the trauma that has been carried around for generations, and it should be over right now. I mean, it's like 2023, and we're still being shamed for being a woman, for being a portal for life, and for having the choice to decide what happens with that portal. So this channel is meant to be a safe space and a supportive environment. Um, I don't really know how this is gonna go, but uh, if anything happens that makes anyone feel unsafe or unseen in this group, please let me know, because I will handle it like adequately in the moment. Please let me know, and I will keep my eyes open too. I feel like that's important because we need to like create a sacred space. The womb is so sacred, and we need to remember that. So also, I don't know how much I'm gonna cry during this, but feel free to cry and feel free to cry with me if I cry and it hits you. I feel your tears. um, so what can you expect here? So I'm gonna do lives for now, and I'm gonna see how the channel evolves and how I feel like what's suited in the moment, and for the advancement of the whole platform. Um, Again, an open space to share. So feel free to share, because I know how lonely it is, because no one understands the pain you carry when you say goodbye to a child. And it's like I said, it's ridiculous that there's not more like space for it. Um, if you want, contact me. I haven't put the email in the description box, but I will do that later. I think I'm gonna do it kind of a diary style, but also like if people like catch on and want to talk, we can just share also, like a shared diary. And also, like I said, it's a support group, so let's keep it safe together. Um, I know I'm looking at my notes. Also, um, like it's gonna be raw and honest over here. If that triggers you, please log off, because I don't want to trigger you. And if you feel triggered but you do wanna like still be a part of the group, like the support group, and still like have that exchange, then please let me know. Then I'm gonna see how to manage that. Okay. And also come as you are. Like this is my status right now. Very tired, very much in mourning, and having been quiet for way too long. So come as you are, but if you feel like you're drowning, speak up. Please speak up. Like look at whatever feels good for you, but like you can always like enlighten us here about how you're feeling and what your mental space is or whatever. But also like I advise you to like hopefully you can find something in your surroundings, someone, uh, maybe a therapist or a support line, like you have those. You should make use of those if you feel like you're drowning too much. Um, yeah, I just really kind of wanted to top it off with like what it's gonna be over here. Um, I'm just gonna talk for a bit now, I think. Um, so to like open up the space, I feel like raw honesty and vulnerability is kind of a necessity for that. So here we go. I've had an abortion for over 6 years now, and it was a lot in that period of time. Um, I was almost 2 months pregnant, and from the start, I knew like I would have been held by my parents, and like people would help out, but I was gonna be an uneducated mom, and I am not like blaming or shaming anyone for being an uneducated person. I just felt like I had some growing to do before I could be the mom that I needed to be for my children. And I couldn't I couldn't bear the thought of like seeing my children suffer because of me being uneducated and not being able to provide for them the way I knew I could. Um, and that just weighed heavier than like the pain of carrying of not carrying out your child and seeing it grow and holding it against your heart. Which I like I said, I also knew that was gonna be the thing. It was gonna be a forever pain, if you know what I mean. But sorry, I'm zoning out. um, but I know that like the pain of seeing him grow and then seeing him suffer by it. While I knew that I had the option to prevent that suffering, it was the only thing I could do, like from a mom perspective. And maybe that sounds crazy. And if you don't agree, I can imagine. I can imagine. Please try to see my side too. Because I grew up with a lot of trauma, so I had a lot of trauma to work through. And this was kind of the last thing. Not the last thing, but a really big thing that was a really, really a blockage in my life. because it was I shut off, like completely shut off when I was there, like in that period of time, but mostly the day that I like it was 2 months of like weighing weighing it, and then that day they I don't know how it is in different countries, but with me they showed me an echo right before, like a scan right before I had to make the choice if I was gonna go through with it or not. And I just felt myself like drifting, and I was thinking, I know I need to do this, but I can't do it with my conscious mind. So I couldn't do it with my heart, so my heart closed off for 6 years. Like I knew the pain of being heartbroken because I had a really heavy relationship right before I got pregnant, and I just got out of that. So it was really like a shock that I was even pregnant. So I knew heartbreak, like, and toxic relationships, but nothing weighs up to the heartbreak of letting go of my baby. I'm really good at like hiding my vulnerability with jokes and shit. We're talking about something else, which is kind of what I'm doing now, but kind of a disclaimer. I'm trying to like do that less over here. So that's why I take like the moments of quietness. If that bothers you, you can just like fast forward or whatever. I don't even know where I was at in my story. Right, so it was dormant. My heart closed off, and my mind. Now I realize I had a postnatal depression, which is like not very much spoken about, but it's not uncommon to have a postnatal depression after a miscarriage or an abortion. It was like the most impossible choice ever in my life. So the reason I just realized I had a postnatal depression um, is because my heart cracked open. Because okay, so I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and they asked me, um, well, I was recording a podcast in Dutch. I'm Dutch. Um, and they asked me some questions about being a woman and whatever. And I was just like, it came up, and I was talking about it. And then, um, I just realized like something in my mind just clicked. Like I, I was on the brink when when I, the moment like I shut off there in the clinic, the moment of making a choice, like that's when I started shifting towards a psychosis, which is also part of postnatal depression. Um, and as a protection mechanism, my mind made up a story so that I could be here where I am right now. The story that my mind told itself was that um, it was that I was gonna see my baby again, that he was gonna come back to me, and like in my surroundings, in a couple of ways that got like bevestigd. How do you call it? Affirmed, like spiritually and whatever mediums, and so that kind of fed into it. But it was okay because I needed to hear it like that in that time. Because I had a lot of trauma to work through. Like I said before, what was the reason why I didn't keep my baby? But yeah, I worked through a lot of my traumas, and then this conversation with my study, my friend during the podcast, like all of a sudden it just all clicked, and and that broke open my heart. It broke the illusion, the the illusion, delusional kind of reality that I created, because it was literally like breaking my reality because I was living in a lie that I told myself to survive, kind of. And um, and then all of the pain that I wasn't able to like process in my body because it was so much bigger than my body and then would fit into my body. It all came rushing back, and it's now like I think 2 weeks ago or something. Yeah, almost like tomorrow, 2 weeks I think. So yeah, now we're here. The first thing I was trying to do was like look up for help, like in my surroundings, uh, like organizations, support groups, therapies, whatever. And you have a few things here in Holland, but like it's still so scarce. I think like there's not a lot of it, and most of it is then more pointed towards like, depression things or whatever. So depression and like I didn't find a lot about um, postnatal depression uh, treatment. So I was looking for ways to like kind of accommodate what I was missing, and realizing like how little there is in support for women who have experienced similar situations like this. Um, so yeah, that's why we're here. I think this is also where I'm gonna leave the video for now. I'm gonna post something soon again, and yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think, what comes up, if you want to talk about it, if you see this video. Um, I don't know what else to say. So for now, I'm just gonna thank you for your time and stay safe. Love on yourself. Be gentle, please. 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 Have a good day.